All right, so gold and silver today. Gold is down and silver generally is trending down, but it's up. It's in the green currently, right? Well, it's back in the red right now. And as you can see here, they both metals were trending down, but they both had a double bottom. And what you like to see here with double bottoms is the second bottom being lower than the first bottom, almost in this W shape. And then usually what happens after that is the price tends to go up. It's a pretty interesting pattern to see, a really cool representation of human behavior with buying and selling. But all that aside, gold is down at 1784 and 80 cents. Silver is hovering near close to that $28 range still. So not too upsetting. And gold right now has yet to hit that low 1770 area, which is where its last support was at. So that's a good sign. I'm not too worried about what I'm seeing today. And also with today, taking a look here at the US 10-year Treasury note yield, it is up at 1.469%, showing a nice, strong risk on sentiment within the market. Now, with that risk on sentiment in the market, many people are starting to say, well, hey, it's rising really fast here. Is this any cause to be worried? Now, you've probably been hearing on financial media people just touting left and right about inflation, inflation, inflation. And that's because of the 10 minus 2 yield curve. Now, as you can see here, with the 10 minus 2, um, the current uh, point where it's at is at 1.26. It's roughly almost close to half of where the financial crisis peak was, and almost close to half of where post the dot-com bubble peak was. Now, we have yet to hit the peak here. So even though prices are still low, you got to think in context of where we are right now in the gold price, even pre 2020. Just the fact that we're hovering around 1780 and silver is close to $30 right now, and we're halfway here to the peak of the 10 minus 2 is pretty fantastic if I don't say so myself. So once the 10 minus 2 gets to this point, guys, I can imagine that the price of gold and silver will both be through the moon. Now, when it does get to this point, this is when you kind of have to start exercising some caution, especially for some of your shorter term traders. Because if you aren't looking to hold gold and silver for decades and you're looking to just, make money off of the move, then you got to realize, and the Fed has talked about this by saying we have measures or we have tools to treat inflation. By the time we get to this point here, you are probably going to see the Federal Reserve start buying longer treasury, longer term, uh, longer maturity date bonds and selling the shorter notes. And what that does is that will strengthen the DXY or strengthen the dollar relative to other currencies reflected within the DXY. And you'll start to see gold and silver prices come down. You'll start to see commodity prices come down. You'll even start to see Bitcoin come down. And now that Bitcoin is on the balance sheet of so many of these tech companies, now Square has added Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Tesla added Bitcoin to their balance sheet. You're going to start to see Bitcoin lose a little bit of steam there from wherever its height will be at this point. I wouldn't be shocked if it's over 100,000 at this point. Um, but this is just something to take in consideration as you're planning your moves. So, one of the other things that I like seeing that has developed recently is that we are seeing the DXY now below 90 again, which is fantastic. Now, we have yet to see that really show up nicely in gold and silver prices, mainly because the US 10-year Treasury note yield has been on the move. So we need this. We need the DXY to start coming down even more. It would be fantastic if we saw the U.S. 10-year Treasury note yield come down more, but at this point, I don't really expect it to. I expect it to continue rising. But guys, let me know what you think about the prospects of gold and silver prices relative to the 10-2, the DXY, and the US 10-year Treasury note yield. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. It's Black Bullion for goldandsilvertoday.com.